A tough loss for New England. Honestly, a game that I thought they were going to get blown out by 20. They kept it within respectful numbers, and they lost by 3. New England came out of the gate absolutely explosive on offense and on defense. They're making it extremely hard for the Buffalo Bills to find any footing in their home turf in Buffalo. So I thought the Patriots came out here and at least showed Drake Maye, Robert Kraft, and the rest of the front office in the Patriots franchise what they are capable of doing and what areas they really need help on in the offseason. I thought Drake Maye, once again, obvious leader of this team. He did have a phenomenal game, throwing for over 250 yards. He had 2 touchdown passes, one to Hunter Henry and one to Mario Douglas, or was it Rhamondre Stevenson? Rhamondre Stevenson. Kayshon Boutte, that's right. Kayshon Boutte and Hunter Henry were the pass catchers that did end up scoring in the end zone, and then Rhamondre Stevenson did run one in. Although the Patriots do still have a turnover problem when it does come to ball security. Rhamondre Stevenson, he coughed off the pill once. Drake Maye, he also threw an interception. And then one very bizarre play allowed Drake Maye to throw to Rhamondre Stevenson behind the line of scrimmage, a backwards pass. Rhamondre Stevenson tipped it up, and the Bills did score a defensive touchdown, which of course put their lead over 10, and New England had to try and get back. So fortunately for the Patriots, it just seemed that the second half they could not keep the momentum going, and this is how the final score did end up. But the good news is that if you guys were hoping for a New England Patriots tank, well, the tankathon is in full effect, with Las Vegas Raiders beating the Jacksonville Jaguars on today's game. That does mean the Patriots now officially moved into second in the 2025 NFL draft order. Right now, it's looking like the New York Giants may secure the first pick in the NFL draft, and the Patriots could have number 2 if the season were to end today. So, Patriots obviously looking to upgrade their roster in the offseason, but also looking to snag a top prospect in this year's draft. My question for you guys is, will the Patriots beat Buffalo in 2 weeks? We will take on the Buffalo Bills at home in Week 18. Right now, we're in Week 16, and the way that we played today really showed me that the Patriots do have what it takes to beat good football teams. They're just missing some techniques, some fundamentals of football, like wrapping up your guy and tackling him, not coughing up the ball on game-time decisions. So, if you guys think yes, go ahead and type Y in the comment section. If you guys think no, put your ends in the chat. All right, going over some Patriots offensive stats here against the Buffalo Bills. The total offense, 379 yards. Passing, obviously, was very good for Drake Maye. Had a pretty good day. Rushing, 30 carries for 127 yards. Rhamondre Stevenson is now the running back in the NFL with the most fumbles this season with 7. It has become an extreme issue with him toting the rock and then losing it. So I think Antonio Gibson is really solidifying himself to be able to earn more reps in the run game if Rhamondre Stevenson continues to fumble. Turnovers, 3, and all 3 of those came in the second half. That's what's extremely unfortunate, is that the first half, it looked like crystal clear football. It looked phenomenal from both sides in New England, and then all of a sudden in the second half, you just completely start to fall apart, and you looked more like New England has in the last 5 weeks. But Drake Maye, once again, the obvious clear leader here. And one thing I really want to point out is that Drake Maye got sacked twice in this ball game. And one of those sacks came on the last drive when there was a bad snap, and he just kind of crouched down on it, and he was tagged down. That was a sack. Drake Maye did a phenomenal job of avoiding pressure in today's game. The Buffalo Bills were stacking the box relentlessly, blitzing relentlessly. And Drake Maye kept his composure. He started to become mobile, and then he would throw the football away. Not into any type of game play where it could be an interception, but really just trying to avoid that sack and that pressure. And I think that's a veteran mentality that's coming out here in a rookie like Drake Maye is. So overall, that was a huge pro for New England's offensive line, but also for Drake Maye showing, hey, man, you can blitz me all you want, but I do have the fundamentals to be able to move out of the pocket and avoid that sack. So, before we hop into that real quick, I do want to tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on Patriots Today, and that is Game Time. Game Time is the best place for you guys to get tickets to any sporting event, live concert, live comedy show, or maybe even the theater. The reason why I love Game Time is because it is the lowest price guaranteed And you're also going to get all-in pricing, so no surprise fees at checkout. Not to mention, you guys can see the view from your seat before you buy with a nice little 180 panoramic view to make sure you enjoy your seats and you guys want to purchase. So, if you guys need one more reason to download Game Time, how about Game Time Picks? It's the latest feature that does pretty much all the dirty work for you. All they're going to do is help you see your favorite teams play live even easier by filtering out through all of the tickets and showing you just the best prices on the best seats to make sure that you guys aren't spending your time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. If you guys want to get started today, it's super easy. Just download the Game Time account. Use promo code CHATSPORTS. It's going to give you $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms apply. Again, download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first time buying tickets while terms apply. What time is it? It is game time. Rhamondre Stevenson, he looked a little bit better, looked a little bit more ferocious when he ran. Definitely still picking up most of his yards after contact, after tackle. So it is good that Rhamondre is still running hard, but the one thing here is his interception. And I'm really glad that the next series, after Rhamondre did lose, not his interception, the fumble, after Rhamondre Stevenson did lose the fumble, I do think that putting Antonio Gibson for the entire next series was good. Because Gibson's a good running back. He's been very solid for New England. He did have 10 carries for 28 yards today, and he tends to be a nice complement to Rhamondre Stevenson's run game, where Rhamondre is more of that bruising back, will kind of take it down your neck. I think that Antonio Gibson is more shifty. He's a lot more speed once it's going up the middle and around the side. So I think using Antonio Gibson is a good mix in the offense, and if Rhamondre Stevenson is going to continue to fumble, then why not just put Antonio Gibson in the backfield and see what he can do. In terms of receptions today, Kayshon Boutte led the way with 5 receptions for 95 yards and a beautiful touchdown pass. This was the first score of the ballgame. Drake Maye absolutely heaved it downfield. A beautiful back shoulder pass, just out enough in front of your receiver that the defender could not touch it, and he was in double coverage. It was a phenomenal play that led him right to the end of the end zone, hit the pylon, and Kayshon Boutte put 7 on the board for New England to start off this ball game. And then Hunter Henry still being a solid force for New England in terms of catching the ball, being the 6'5" pass catcher that he is, 4 receptions, 39 yards. And Austin Hooper, if we don't extend Austin Hooper in the offseason, I think we're making a huge, huge mistake. But before we hop into the defensive stats, I do want to tell you guys, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me if you have not already. We're trying to reach 19,300 subscribers, so go on ahead, help us out by hitting that sub button. The defense here, total offense 324, obviously did a really good job with Josh Allen. I think what was super cool about watching the first half is that Josh Allen struggled to pass the ball. None of his receivers tended to be open majority of the time, and that's a great credit to the Patriots secondary, especially playing without Jabril Peppers. So I do think that it wasn't just Christian Gonzalez, which it normally always is. He had a lot of help today from Jonathan Jones, Marte Mapu, who caught the interception against Josh Allen, and he punched out a play to make a forced fumble. I think Marte Mapu is really your defensive leader on today's game, and the whole secondary was really making it very tough for the Buffalo Bills to find any sort of success in the passing game. But why Buffalo is so dominant is because they can move on the ground. James Cook, 11 carries for 100 yards. Cook found most of his success around the outside of the offensive line. He can still definitely move up the A-gap, but he found that being more shifty allowed him to be more explosive on the ground. His longest run obviously coming for a touchdown on a 46-yard run where he just found that gap, slipped through the middle, and the rest was history. So overall, here are your leading receivers for today's game. Like I said, Josh Allen really could not get anything going in the passing game, so you will end with Mack Hollins, James Cook, and Dawson Knox here for the Patriots defense, which I thought was pretty solid. They got to Josh Allen, I think, once for a sack, so wasn't the most disruptive day in the backfield, but in terms of the secondary, they did a really good job. So overall, the Patriots will lose this ball game 24-21, but they do secure the second pick in the NFL draft as of right now. So I guess my final question for you guys here is, grade the Patriots' performance against the Bills. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F. I'm probably going to go with an A- here. I think those turnovers did hurt you in the end, but overall, A- is not bad going up against projected favorites to win the Super Bowl in Vegas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here today. And if you haven't already, go on ahead and subscribe.